Hello, my friends. So happy to see you. I didn't know this being a holiday here if we would have customers or not. So I'm very delighted to see you. And I was thinking this morning, I always like to tune in, yesterday and today I was tuning into what do I want to share today. And I wanted to just reiterate that the purpose of all of our work and our intention for more than 40 years has been to expand our capacity every day to give and receive more love. And the main thing that gets in the way of that is fear. And we hear a lot about, well, just move from fear to love. That's all you need to do is just shift from fear to love. But if you look really carefully, there's not very much on the how to do that. And so our work really is about how to move from fear to love. And one of the main ways to do that is through presence. And so the loop of awareness and love scoops are really all about presence. And the word that came to me this morning was embrace. That one, I'm imagining that we're all missing our hugs. And I have the great fortune of having one of our felines is a hugger. She just must hug and she will insist on getting attention. She just will come right up and literally get in your face until you hug her. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be great if we were all so bold as to insist on getting the attention that we want? So the first thing I wanted to ask you is to check in and to see if you're willing to declare yourself worthy of all of the embraces and the hugs that you want. So just check that out, giving yourself some attention, embracing yourself with that question, and then whether you would be willing to let your attention be an embrace. I was also thinking of Meister Eckhart, who lived in the 14th century, the 1300s. And one of the most wonderful things he said is that if you could only give one prayer, it would be thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm thinking of an embrace as really being a thank you. And that our loop of awareness can be a thank you. And so, what I want to invite you into this morning is embracing your life as it is right now with a thank you. And what it would be like to, first of all, actually fill yourself up with some love scoops. So imagine that there's love surrounding you, which there is, and love as in presence and in being with. And I'd like you to just reach out and bring that any place to you that has been feeling burdened or heavy or just missing some touch or contact. So reaching out behind you, reaching out over you and under you, and bringing that in and feeling the contact, embracing and feeling the contact. I find that taking a breath slows my pace so I can go, oh yes, here I am. Oh, here I am. And I can feel as I'm touching my chest, I can feel my voice and the vibration of my voice. And that's another kind of a hug. That's another kind of an embrace. And as you're looking out around you, either literally or in your mind's eye, I'd like you to notice what around you is asking for an embrace. And what would it be like to let your attention become an embrace? What does that feel like? What would that look like as you're being with your attention? Because you can shape your attention. It's not linear, it's not like a fire hose. It's incredibly permeable. So sending your attention out and embracing. So I've been sending my attention out a lot in the last little bit to all the birds that are out here who survived our 123 degrees yesterday. And I've been using my attention to go, oh, yes, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. So an embrace can be a thank you. I'd like you to be shifting your attention. I'd like you to find something in you to thank. Ah, I'm thanking my breath for expanding. I'm thanking my muscles for working and not getting cramped up in this heat. So alternating between letting your attention be a thank you embrace and bringing back to you for even a love scoop, thanking embrace. And notice that you can meet your awareness from the inside. So you can bring your consciousness to where you're touching, and you can thank yourself for being able to meet yourself. And as you're embracing, you can let your attention go way, way out. You can embrace from a distance. I'd like you to just let yourself notice as you're thinking, what out there is calling for your embrace? What is wanting a thank you? What is wanting a hug? And you can go ahead and give that. I've found that my intention and my attention are not limited by time and space. So I'd like you to let yourself be noticing what's wanting thank you inside and what's asking for a thank you out there. And letting yourself, you can swirl your attention, you can gather like a big basket full of thank yous. You can send your thank you and let it land. So letting yourself alternate and let your body play with. So you can do it purely with your consciousness, and you can also do it with your body participating with your movement and your breath. And it's beginning to feel like, to me, like I'm in a very pleasant shower, and I can feel the movement of the thank you, the movement of the embrace, and it's opening up places where my body, just like my cat Greta, is going, hey, here, what about here? So I'm actually getting armpits. My armpits would like a thank you. My armpits have been releasing excess heat at a very reliable way, and I thank you, so that I'm not turning into a steam kettle and blowing up. So appreciating all of the things that your body does, these over 400 things that your liver does every second that you don't have to think about, the miracle of your breath, that it just keeps going, your heartbeat, the miracle that you are. So thanking yourself and thanking everything that helped to create this moment of your being able to be here, and sending that thank you out to all of the choices that people are making to presence themselves, to be here, to join with us, to collaborate, to expand presence, and especially sending your thank you to the things that are hard to be with right now. So, love is being in the same space with. So, as you're willing to let your awareness be with, you can also be with you. It's so important to both give and receive. We're so tempted right now. There's so many things calling for us to give. I want you to be sure to fill your own reservoir. And that's especially meaningful to us in California right now, filling our own reservoirs. So the best way to fill your own reservoir is to embrace yourself with your own attention. And so let yourself also invent some new ways of embracing yourself. So I see some wonderful shimmering and some waving around. So because we're sharing screens with each other, you might see something that someone is doing and go, ooh, that looks delicious. Well, go ahead and try it on. Share with others. And if you're feeling more like receiving, you might notice someone you're going, oh, I want to send some of my attention to you. Go ahead and do that. And then let yourself receive from all of the loving that's going on. And noticing anywhere, like I'm feeling just my ribs. I think it's been challenging to breathe fully in this heat. My ribs are wanting a little bit extra attention. And so I'm going to just slurp up some and I'm going to give it to my ribs. So since you've got your sound off, you can make all kinds of funny noises with this. You could slurp, you could gobble, you could like through a straw, you could what we call smackies. When our cats are eating, the most satisfying they do is what we call smackies, because then I know that they're really enjoying. So enjoyable sounds of taking in, and realize that what you're doing is really a large love scoop. And just to play with this, let your love scoop go all the way out somewhere in the world where you can't travel right now. And just love. I'm thinking of some of my dear friends in Germany, and I'm letting my love scoop go out to embrace them. And then I know that they love me, and I'm going to take that love and bring it back and let that land in me. And what I want to suggest to you is that the more you give and receive, the more you're generating. Just like one of those aerators that keeps the water, it brings oxygen to the pond. Your love aerates and enlivens and makes love sparkly. Yeah. So all of the movement and all of the sound that you're wanting to do with big embrace for you, and a thank you and an embrace for all of the things that support us in being here, in being able to live and share and love and exchange, and the miracle of all of that. You know, given everything, here we are. Here you are. Yay. Thank you. How wonderful. Now take a moment and just notice if you're circulating more aliveness right now. I can feel a lot more aliveness and ease and bubbliness. And so thank you for joining with me. And as you're continuing through the week to just give and receive and circulate your attention, you can remember all over again the reservoir of love that you are and that you circulate. So yum, yum. And I'm going to leave you now. And I don't know, Michelle, are you planning to stay on? Super. All right. So Michelle's going to be with you for a little bit longer for those of you who might like to share and exchange further. So until next time.